Hi, my name is Wendy Ray. I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner. How are you doing today?
Fine.
Okay, what is your name?
Susie Henry.
Okay, and what brings you in today?
Well, my doctor retired, and I've been treated for anxiety, and a friend of mine recommended you.
Okay, so today we're going to do a psychiatric evaluation. There's a lot of questions, and you'd already filled out some stuff before, and I've received it and gone over that, but I'll kind of go over that with you as well.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions, so we'll kind of go through this, and if there's something I don't ask, just go ahead and at the end and let me know if you have any other issues that I didn't go over with, okay?
Okay.
All right. So have you recently had any losses that has caused you any problems? Like
No.
family losses, loss of a house, anything like that?
No.
Okay. What about any separations?
No.
Okay. Have you moved recently?
No.
And how long have you lived in where you are now?
25 years.
Okay. And do you have a good support system, like anybody that helps you, husband, children,
Yes.
family members? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any problems with sleep?
No.
Okay, so you go to bed. What time do you normally go to bed at night?
9.
And what time do you get up?
5.
Okay. Do you feel rested in the morning when you get up?
Not really.
Okay. Don't feel like you're
I
getting.
don't want to get up.
Okay, but you sleep. But do you wake up during the night multiple times, not able to go back to sleep?
No.
Okay. See, and then what about your appetite? Have any problems with that?
No.
Okay, eating okay?
Mhm.
Any changes in your weight, whether you lost or gained?
No, it stays about the same.
Okay. After you wake up and you get to going, I know you don't like to wake up, but after you get to going, do you have pretty good energy throughout the day?
Yes.
Okay. And what about any changes in your moods where you're real happy sometimes, real down other times, or is it kind of stay level?
It's level.
Okay. And what about sex drive? Do you have sex
Wendy.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Previously, you said you've had no inpatient psychiatric treatments. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. But you have been seen by Delta Counseling when you're about 40 years old for a couple of years?
Yes.
Okay. What brought you to go into Delta Counseling back then?
I was having, I didn't know what they were, but it was panic. I found out later it was panic attacks.
Okay. Did you see a psychiatrist when you went, or therapist, or what?
Psychologist.
Okay. And what did they do?
They just talked to you, wanted to go back to your childhood, and all that. I thought wasn't what it had. I don't think that's what was wrong with me. And then they would want to. One of them tried to hypnotize me, but he couldn't do it. So
Okay. Why wasn't he able to do it?
I don't think I was relaxing enough or something.
Okay. So you saw a therapist for a while, and you weren't getting any better.
No.
Okay. When did those panic attacks start?
Oh.
You were about 40 when you went.
Yes, it was
So
probably about 36 or so.
okay. And what happened when you had a panic attack?
I'd get to where I couldn't breathe. My heart would beat too fast. I just would get a fear over me, and didn't know what it was causing it.
Okay. And did it prevent you from doing things?
Yes, I got to where I couldn't drive. I couldn't go into stores and stay. Would get so. I guess it was anxiety or something. I couldn't stay in there. I had to get out.
Okay. Was it was it like was it all stores, or it was just when you felt enclosed, or is it just the people, or what
It
is that?
it was after I got real bad. It was all stores.
Did it start out with just certain ones?
Yeah, well, like Walmart or the grocery store or
Okay. And then you eventually got where you couldn't drive.
yes.
Okay. And then when were you? How long did you go without driving? And
5 years.
okay, so about 5 years you didn't drive, and same for stores. Were you able to go to stores with people, or was it just by yourself that it bothered you?
Oh, I couldn't have went. I didn't go by myself because at that time because I couldn't drive, so I went with somebody, and it I could stay for a little while, and then I'd go to having a panic attack, and I'd have to leave.
Okay, so your panic attacks were just coming out of nowhere. It wasn't like you had stress or anything that just came out of nowhere. And how often were you having those?
Well, at first they wasn't very often, but then they got to where it was like it would last like it was like all the time, off and on all the time.
So every day?
Every day. And I didn't want to be alone.
Okay. Did you work?
No.
Did you have to stop work because of them?
No.
You just didn't work before they... Okay. So you saw the therapist first, and you weren't getting any benefit from the therapist, and so did you eventually? How did you get treated?
Well, I just kept going to my doctor, my regular doctor, and he prescribed me some Xanax, and I don't know what else, Ativan, and but it didn't do any good.
Was that just like your family doctor?
Yes.
Okay. And that didn't help you? And so how did you end up finally getting treated for panic attacks?
Well, I went back to Delta Counseling, and they had hired a psychiatrist by the name of Dr. Oglesby. And when I saw him, the very first time he saw me, he knew what was wrong with me.
Okay.
And he prescribed 2 medicines, and within a week I was driving a short distance, very short distance.
Okay. And were those medications what you're still taking right now, the Imprimine, taking 50 milligrams twice a day, and that was prescribed for anxiety, and so you had good benefit from them because after a week you started driving again. And then the Klonopin, you're taking 1 milligram 3 times a day. Do you still take the Klonopin? Do you take 1 milligram 3 times a day, or how much?
I take them twice a day now.
But a full milligram? Okay, so you're taking it twice a day. Do those medicines seem to be controlling your symptoms now?
Yes.
Okay.
I went to work.
Started to work after that? Okay. Good. So you've been on those 2 medications for, how old are you now?
72.
Okay, 72 years old. So you've been on those medications for over 30 years. Okay. All right then. So were you diagnosed with panic disorder and anxiety?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is just some history about your family. We're going to talk about your dad. Did your dad have any mental illness?
No.
Any substance abuse, like alcohol, drugs, anything like that?
No.
And he died at what age?
78.
Okay. And how did he die?
Lightning.
Okay. Lightning. He got struck by lightning? Okay. And then what about his mom and dad, your grandparents? Were there any mental illnesses with them?
No.
Okay. Any aunts or uncles or cousins on that side of the family?
No.
Okay. What about your mom? Did she have any mental illnesses?
No.
Okay. Is she alive or deceased?
Deceased.
Do you know what age?
85.
Okay. And what was the cause of her death? Just, she had she had a stroke or what?
Yeah,
did
she had a stroke
okay. And then she was in a nursing home for a while. Okay. And then what about her dad and mom? Any mental illnesses?
No.
Okay. And your aunts and uncles on her side?
They were all right.
Okay. How many brothers do you have, or do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have 4 brothers, but they have all passed away.
Okay.
And 1 sister.
1 sister. Any mental illness with them?
No.
Okay. And how many children do you have?
4.
Okay. And boys, girls?
2 boys, 2 girls.
2 boys, 2 girls. Okay. And what would you say your overall relationship is with your family?
Good.
Okay. Okay. Now this is kind of some events that happened in your life. When your mom gave birth to you, were you full term? Did you have any complications? Or did she have any complications and you have any complications after birth that you know of?
No.
Okay. Any developmental delays in school? Like were you in special ed or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Able to tie your shoes and do all the appropriate things that someone developmental would be able to do?
Yes.
Okay. And how old were you when you started school?
6.
Okay. And what about like in teenage years? Did you have any problems or issues then that might affect you today?
No.
Okay. And what age were you when you left school or left home?
16.
Okay. And what was your highest level of education?
11.
Okay. And did you have any complications with the births of your children?
No.
Okay. And how did you deal with your kids leaving home? Were you okay? Were you able to find other activities after they left to kind of fill your time?
Yes.
Was it hard on you when they left?
Yeah, it was hard on my last one.
Okay. But now you're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel as a parent? Were you satisfied with your parenting? Like you think you did okay with your children?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Are all your children alive?
Yes.
Okay. And your parents have passed away, and you said 4 brothers have passed away, and your sister is still alive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Are you married or divorced or separated?
Married.
Okay. And how long have you been married?
40 years.
40 years. Is this your first marriage or
Second?
Second. You've been married twice. How long were you married the first time?
16.
And what age did you get married?
15.
Okay. Do you work or are you retired?
I work.
Okay. Let me see. Where do you work at?
At Monticello schools.
Okay. And how long have you been there?
30 years.
Okay. You satisfied with your job?
Yes.
As much as someone can be satisfied with working, are you ready for retirement?
Not really.
Okay. Do you have any history of abuse, neglect, being treated, maltreatment, not being fed, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies?
Oh.
You like to go read or
Yeah,
do
I like
that
to
stuff?
read.
Okay. And what religion are you?
Assembly of God.
Okay. And are you involved in any community activities?
No.
And so previously you told me you had a history of hypertension that started in your 50s and high cholesterol that started around 65. Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had bilateral knee replacements in 2014, 2015, and back surgery for pinched nerve when you were around 50. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So right now the medication you're taking is the Impramine, 50 milligrams twice a day for anxiety, and Klonopin, 1 milligram, which you're actually taking it twice a day, but it's prescribed 3 times a day. And then you're taking Metoprolol, 100 milligrams daily, and Crestor, 40 milligrams daily. Okay. Are you taking any over-the-counter medications?
No.
Okay. And do you drink alcohol?
No.
Okay. Do any drugs, like smoke marijuana, do meth, anything like that?
No.
I know some of these questions are silly, but we have to ask everyone. You never know nowadays. Are you allergic to any foods?
No.
Okay. What about environmental things like pollen, dust, anything like that?
No.
Allergic to any medications?
No.
Okay, now this is kind of just seeing how independent you are, so I'm just going to ask you if you're able to perform some of these activities, and you just tell me yes or no. Do you bathe yourself by yourself?
Yes.
Able to get up and move
Yes.
around and transfer yourself? Do you dress yourself?
Yes.
Can you use the telephone?
Yes.
Okay, what about toileting?
What?
Going to the bathroom?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Fix your hair, put your makeup on, do all that by yourself?
Yes.
Feed yourself?
Yes.
Do you go shopping on your own?
Yes.
Do you cook your food?
Yes.
Do laundry?
Yes.
Drive?
Yes.
Give your own medication?
Yes.
Take care of your finances?
Yes.
Okay. So, have you ever had any thoughts of suicide?
No.
Okay. Any kind of, have you ever heard or seen things that other people haven't heard or seen?
No.
Okay. And what would you do if your house was on fire?
I would get out of it.
Okay. Do you feel like there's anything in your life that's played a part of you having panic attacks or anxiety?
No.
Okay. And you're aware of having anxiety and what that has caused you throughout your life? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know your monthly bills, income, assets? Do you take care of all that yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, can you multiply 6 times 4?
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
24.
Okay. 10 plus 4.
14.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you a few questions just to see how well you concentrate and how you remember. Some of it may seem a little silly, but it's just, we're just trying to make sure, like, your memory, checking for dementia, any kind of things like that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to start out counting backwards. So, I want you to start from 100 and count back by 1.
By 1.
Mm-hmm.
100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 93.
Okay, good. That's good. You can stop now. Okay, and then can you count back by 7? So 100 minus 7 backwards.
Is 93.
Mm-hmm.
86.
Okay.
75. It's wrong, I think.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good enough right there.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to get you right this way. Well, I was going to get you in there. Just scoot over a little bit this way, Mom. Or Miss Henry. Okay, so now I'm going to get you to, every time I say a letter, I want you to tap your leg. Okay, so every time I say the letter A, I want you to tap, okay? A, B, F, F, A, G, A, D, L, A, S, T, A. Good. Okay. Now, can you tell me the days of the week backwards?
Well, let's see. We start on Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday.
Good. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to point to some objects in the room, and then I want you to tell me what they are, okay? Okay.
Television.
Okay.
Cat.
Okay.
A chair.
Okay, now I'm going to point to multiple things, and then you tell me what they are.
Picture. TV. Cat. Computer.
Okay. All right. And now I just need you to answer these questions. Is the snow white?
Yes.
Okay. Does a stone float on water?
No.
Okay. Do you put your shoes on before your socks?
No.
Okay. Now I'm going to point to things and I'm going to have you to name them. Okay. What is the color of the shirt?
Pink.
What are these?
Knuckles.
Okay. What is this?
Glasses.
Okay. And what color are your pants?
Blue.
Okay. Now, what did you say your name was?
Susie Henry.
Okay. And where are you at right now?
And Dr. I'm in a room.
Okay. And what's today's date?
Hold on, the 10th and the 18th.
Okay, what year?
2019.
And who's the current president?
Oh my gosh. They talk about him all the time. My mind went blank. Oh my God. Oh.
It's okay. You know who the president was before this one?
Obama.
Okay, and this is it's Trump.
Trump, that's
okay.
right.
Okay.
I knew who he was. I just was nervous.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you 4 words, and I want you to repeat them after me.
Oh.
Okay? Blue, dog, tree, and apple.
Blue, dog, tree, and apple.
Okay, and then I'm going to ask you to call those words to me again in just a little bit, okay?
Oh, no.
Okay. Do you know who the president was that was assassinated in Dallas?
Kennedy.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to hand you a piece of paper. And on this paper, I want you to draw a circle, just in this area right here.
That's not a very good circle.
Looks good. Okay. Now, on that circle, I would like for you to draw a face of a clock.
Okay. I'm confused. Let's see. I'm going to figure it out here in a minute.
You're doing fine.
You want me to put the numbers in there?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I want you to draw 10 minutes after 2.
10 minutes after 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I know how to do this, doctor. I just 10 minutes after 2. This 2. What'd you say?
10 minutes after 2.
10 minutes after 2. All right, that's 2. 20.
10 minutes after 2.
No, that's not right. I do 2:30.
Okay, just do whatever you can do.
Would that be right?
Okay. All right. So
I don't like to do this.
that's okay. Okay. So now I'm going to need you to recall those 4 words for me.
Oh gosh. Blue. TV. I know it's wrong.
One of them might have started with a D.
Dog.
Okay. And one of them may start with a T.
TV. I haven't said that. T.
No. One of them may
Toy.
One of them may be a fruit.
Orange.
Apple.
Apple.
So it was
How
blue,
many did
dog.
I miss?
You got one
I
right.
got one right. What does that mean?
Might have some short-term memory loss, but that's
what
okay.
I think it is.
Okay. So now I'm gonna get you to show me how you brush your hair with your left hand. You can put that down right for now. Just leave it right here. I'll take it. Show me how you would brush your hair with your left hand. Okay. Okay. Now show me how you brush it with your right hand. Okay. And how would you brush your teeth with your left hand?
I doubt if I could do it.
Okay. And what about your right hand? Okay. How would you turn a key to unlock a door with your right hand? And then what with your left hand? Okay. And how would you swing a bat like a baseball player? You can just stay seated. Okay. And then act like you're blowing a candle out. Okay. Well, then you just did what I was going to get you to do just a second ago. Lick icing from your lips.
Oh.
You already kind of did that. So, okay. Now I'm going to have you to, you see these designs that I have on this paper right here? This is loops. And I want you to follow these patterns, draw exactly like I did below here.
Same.
You can lay it flat if you need to, if it makes it easier
I
on you.
need you to.
Okay, good job.
Was that good?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So here is we're going to do a couple other things and then we'll be almost complete. Okay. Let me take this from you. Okay. Every time I tap twice, I want you to tap once. Okay. So when you hear me tap twice, you tap once. But if I tap 3 times, you're not going to tap. Okay.
What means?
When I tap twice, then you'll tap once. Okay. is an apple and an orange alike?
Well, they're both round.
Okay.
They're both a fruit.
Okay. How are a plane and a bicycle alike?
A plane and a bicycle. They have wheels.
Okay.
Someone's driving them.
Okay.
I don't know.
What about a table and a chair?
How are they like? A table and a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how they're like. You sit on them. I guess you can sit on the table too.
Okay.
Table and a chair. I don't know.
Okay. They're both pieces of furniture?
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Okay. It's okay. Okay. What does it mean to be blue?
Blue.
If somebody said he's blue.
I guess he's, I don't know if you could say sad or not.
Okay. And then what if someone says she has a heart of gold?
She's a good girl.
Okay. Do you know what it means when someone says don't cry over spilled milk?
Don't cry over spilled milk. Won't do any good. I don't know.
Okay. And then, okay, so that's basically it for that. But I just want to ask you a couple more questions. Do you have any symptoms of depression, like feeling worthless, helpless, like nothing's ever going to get better, that you just kind of feel down, fatigued, any of those types of symptoms?
Yes.
Okay. Do they happen? How often do you feel like that?
Not very often.
Okay. And do they last longer than 2 weeks, or is it just kind of how often does those feelings happen?
Just not often.
Okay. Not often. Okay. So sometimes when we get older, we might have symptoms like that, of feeling down and lonely. And so if you have a problem with that, make sure to let me know. And then, are you still having any anxiety right now, or is it pretty controlled?
It's controlled.
You worry a whole lot about things excessively, like you have difficulty with tasks, or it interferes with your life because you're constantly worrying about things that's out of your control that you're not going to be able to do anything about? Or has your medication been controlling those, or what do you think?
Well, now I worry some, but
what kind of things
normal.
Does it interfere with your daily functioning?
No.
Okay. And then, okay. So, all right. Well, Miss Henry, I guess we'll go with your diagnosis that you previously had of anxiety and panic attacks. And my only concern is that you've been on that Klonopin for a long time. Yeah, I know back when you started, it was kind of the medication we gave everybody, or that they gave everybody. I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be a medication that you're on for a long period of time. It seems to be controlling your anxiety and your panic attacks, but it also can interfere with your memory, and it can cause some signs of dementia. Is it possible that you think that you might want to start kind of weaning off of that and just trying you on a different medication to help with that, so you won't have any problems with memory?
Yeah.
Something we could try?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to come up with a plan on how to start cutting back on that medication some. I know you've already cut yourself back to 2 pills a day instead of 3, and maybe adding a different medication to that, and kind of, as you're going off one, we're going to be starting the other one and see if it can control. It's something we can always go back to if it doesn't, but we want to do what we can to help you with your memory and function too. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you. You have a good day.
Uh-huh.